A major step forward for one of Memphis's sacred landmarks. Nearly a year after a fire nearly destroyed Clayborn Temple, leaders told us federal funding has plans to restore the burned building back on solid ground. ABC 24's Desmond Nugent shares just how soon the Clayborn Temple will open its doors again.
Clayborn Temple Executive Director Anasa Troutman told me they hope to reopen this historic building sometime in 2029. She says despite the setbacks, the federal grant money has now escalated the road to restoration. Since a massive fire nearly destroyed Clayborn Temple last April, the historic building's executive director Anasa Troutman says they've managed to raise $5 million.
We deliver for Memphis.
On Friday, those funds skyrocketed with a $3.1 million federal grant, a major boost, changing the trajectory of rebuilding the temple.
We have all the money that we need for pre-development. We're moving into design phase, and this is like a really important moment for us in our work.
For months, Troutman says architects and engineers have been studying what survived to match what they plan to rebuild. She says, thankfully, enough of the original structure remains, including historic items such as stained glass and the iconic organ.
It is really the crown jewel of that building, and it is 100% intact, just because the year before the fire it had come out, just because we knew we had to restore it either way. But there's also like that iconic bell that was in the bell tower, that the only time that bell's ever left the building was on April 4th, 2018, when they rang it at the Civil Rights Building.
With funding now coming from the city, county, state, and federal levels, Troutman says momentum is building.
Our capital campaign budget is $75 million. It will probably come down on the building side, but we still want to make sure that we have a building endowment. We want to make sure that we can have programs.
Construction will soon begin, bringing supporters and the people of Memphis one step closer to returning to that historic building.
Our next thing that we'll do that people will actually be able to see is going to be that kind of excavation and cleanup. We will know more about when we'll actually start to build once we get through with this design phase. So we estimate a couple months.
Troutman told me part of the Clayborn Temple will be open in 2028 for the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s death. Again, they hope to be fully open in 2029. In downtown Memphis, I'm Desmond Nugent, ABC 24 News.